Hello, everybody. My name is Sanaya, and welcome to the Naturally Opinionated channel, where we give you our opinions on everything. So, today I will be giving you my opinion on virtual community college and virtual university. So, here it goes. Hope you enjoy. Wow, this college was my worst semester ever. I made a bad decision. If I'm gonna be blunt, I made a bad decision. First of all, I want to say this. I don't have any notes. I'm just kind of going off the top of my head here. So, yeah, if I like start rambling on, I apologize in advance. Um, this pandemic really has, shifted the way that we do education and everything, and so obviously everyone is doing things from home now. I'm in college. I'm going to school for filmmaking. So, that's really shifted and everything. I went to community college first. I was there for 2 years. And then at the end of my 2 year experience, like when we're getting close to the end, everything was shutting down and we all went home. I was really kind of sad because I was in an internship that I was enjoying and that just stopped. So we're at home now. And my experience with it at home it wasn't bad, but it wasn't the best either because I was not on campus. It wasn't bad, it wasn't good. My workload was the same, it was just different. Things were just different. I wasn't used to being at home and having to wake up and go to my computer. Like I kind of got lazy. I'm sure a lot of other people did, with getting up and going out the house. I was at home, got kind of lazy. Was kind of late to class a couple times because you're at home. Blackboard and things were kind of like all over the place and kind of messy. It was kind of hard finding, assignments and everything. So things were kind of unorganized. My teachers were still great. They still tried to help me out with, what I needed help with and everything. Because I was coming towards the end of my second year. So it really wasn't like a whole lot that I needed to do. But at the same time, what I needed to do needed to get done. And it was challenging because, I didn't have access to what I had access to in school. I was at home, I had to use my resources and my resources weren't the same. So it was difficult. I was used to, having the MacBooks and everything at school and the cameras because I'm a film student, so I needed that stuff for my last project. And then when I came home, I didn't have that. I had to use Adobe on like this computer that my school lended to me. And it just like the RAM was like slow and it took forever to use Adobe Premiere with it. And it was really like a 6-minute film, but oh my goodness, it took like forever. If you know anything about RAM and Adobe and like video editing, you know that RAM is important to the utmost. It just wasn't a good experience. I would rather be in school. I could have got that project done a lot faster had I been in school. So, but anywho, I still got a good grade on it. Transferred out of community college into a private university. And I spent 1 semester at that private university. My online experience at this private university was not good. And I'm so glad I never went back. I'm not going back. Maybe if I was there on campus, maybe it could have been different. I'm not sure. I can't say because I wasn't on the campus. I was taking 5 classes, so maybe that had something to do with it. I took 5 classes at community college and it was difficult, but I still did well. This college was my worst semester ever. Like I never have, like when I was in community college, I was on the dean's list every year for 2 years straight. At this um, private university, my grades were not, it just, it was not me. You know, it wasn't what other people expected of me. It wasn't what I expected of me. I really just gave up after a while because I was just so stressed. The majority of the classes that I was taking was not according to my major. You know, so it really wasn't the funnest semester. The teachers, you know, they were good teachers. You know, they responded quickly, but I had one teacher that just, I don't know, I just couldn't understand anything in that class. It's like it was a class for my major. The class was, you know, it was a required class, but it's like it had nothing to do with my major. So it's required for my major, but literally what we're learning, filmmakers do not make brochures, okay? Filmmakers do not, we don't make posters, okay? I don't know. I just, it, but it wasn't what I was used to. When I was at community college, I was learning about cameras and editing and screen. Well, I took a screenwriting class, but you know, at this private university, out in this particular class, I was learning how to make brochures. You know, I learned how to make brochures and like characters that were not moving. It was not a good experience at this college. Didn't like it, so I left. So now, after one semester, I transferred to a public, right? Is it public? Public university. That's what it is. Okay. So I transferred to a public university. I think it's what it's called, public. I transferred to another university. And when I say my experience there right now, because I'm there right now, when I say my experience is amazing right now, like, yeah. Like, I would do this over anything. You know, like, I'm just starting spring break, and usually at this point in the semester, I would feel so overwhelmed. I'm chilling, honestly. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, I am really just, you know. So yeah, my virtual experience right now at this public university is a good one. Is a really good one, you know. There are some downfalls though. The teachers don't respond to emails that quickly. Okay, I got a couple teachers that don't respond to emails that fast. Okay. However, the classes that I'm taking are not very difficult. It isn't such a workload. And maybe, I don't know, maybe I've just gotten used to a high workload. I don't know. But I can say right now, my virtual experience at this public university, like I would take this over anything, honestly. It's less expensive and, you know, it's just better. It's like a breath of fresh air from my virtual private university experience. Honestly, like I feel so much better. Like I made a bad decision. If I'm gonna be blunt, I made a bad decision by going to that private university. Maybe because it was a virtual experience, it wasn't the best. I don't know. This is my first semester at this public university, and I can honestly say this was one of the best decisions I've ever made. You know, the response time on emails may not be as quick. The teachers may not grade things as fast as they did at the private university, you know, but it's still a really good experience. Like, I'm not totally stressed out, ready to quit and everything. So, yeah, I went to community college, then that got shut down, and that was virtual. Then I went to a private university virtually. Then now I'm at a public university, and that's virtual. And there is talk of going back to school after spring break. So, you know, I'm going to have to do that probably at some point. Also, with all of the Zoom stuff, not everybody, you would think, but not everybody knows how to press that mute button. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it ain't that hard, y'all. The mute button is right there. It's not that difficult. If someone is talking, hit the mute button. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that difficult. But yeah. So, and that was another thing, you know, going into all this virtual stuff with the Zoom and Skype and all this. I had to download these apps that I never really heard of before. You know, I wasn't used to. I didn't have already. Had to, you know, delete some stuff to make storage for them. You know, everything was new. You know, using Zoom was new. I didn't really know what I was doing with it. You know what I'm saying? Now everyone is on Zoom every day, you know, and sometimes that can be a lot. Meeting after meeting after meeting. When I was at the private university, you know, my only day off was Tuesdays, and I was taking 5 classes. Whew, I don't know how I got myself in that situation, but that's how it was, and I absolutely hated it. You know, my schedule right now is I have 4 classes, and I don't have class on Mondays or Fridays, and that is wonderful. That is like the best thing ever, you know, and that's just it's wonderful. It's a breath of fresh air. I don't have no whole bunch of homework like I did at the other college. I don't have, you know, it's just my experience at this public university is much better. I wouldn't trade it. I'm not going back to that other college. No, sir. That is just my opinion, my experience on this virtual college stuff, these virtual experiences. So yeah, just mind you, I didn't mention anything about clubs or organizations because there aren't any, at least where I'm at. They're not doing anything. They're not active. So maybe that'll change, you know, once people start getting in school a little bit more. Maybe not. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, so drop in the comments y'all experiences, and I hope you enjoyed this video. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and tune in for the next video. See you.